conducting water survival training for our new recruit class, Class 19. It's got quite a reputation, and it's well-deserved. 35 weeks of training before they're ready to start the FTO program, the Field Training Officer program. This is week 2. They do all the water survival early on. It's a big boost to their cardiovascular conditioning. It gives them an opportunity to work on getting in better shape and getting them ready for the rest of the academy.
First thing we're going to do is going to be kicks. Remember the kicks we did on the shallow end?
We're a specialized law enforcement division from what we deal with.
We spend a lot of time on the water. This gives the recruits an opportunity to find out what their limitations are in the water.
When you're in the water, you're in a deadly force environment. You're basically surrounded by a weapon at all times.
You know, they have experience just swimming in backyard swimming pools or out at the lake. But when we get them here and we get them into the pool and we start kind of increasing the stress level and putting on the full duty gear, you know, that increases the stress. It's going to increase the fatigue. So
when you're in the water, the danger level just multiplies. We teach our officers to not go in the water because bad things can happen in the water. If they are pushed in the water or they go in, we teach them how to defend themselves in the water. You could take somebody that runs, lifts weights, they can be in excellent physical shape, and when you put them in the pool and it just works totally different muscles.
I'd done some research and other officers had warned me to train for this, so I'd been in the pool prior to a little bit, but I don't think you can prepare yourself for this type of training. I was just told that you need to be in shape for swimming. I thought maybe a distance or a timed swim. I didn't know you'd actually be fighting in the water, sir.
The stakes are high.
Going in the water is not fearful, but when you're engaged with somebody, a lot of things start going through your head. Yes, sir.
oh yeah, it's something you don't ever forget. I remember when I went through. Well, the drill they do before they enter the water with the red man is it's simulating they've already been in a confrontation, a minute and a half confrontation with somebody. So they do the lap around the pool. They do 30 seconds of baton strikes.
Load the baton!
Get it out!
It's fast.
Get it out! Get it out!
And hammer fist. Some knee strikes.
Get it down! Get it down! Get it down!
And that's just simulating that they've been in a confrontation with somebody.
It's something you have to do. I mean, you can talk about it and watch people, but until you physically do that, you're never going to understand what it could be in the water.
It is and can be the most physically demanding training. That's pretty much the feedback we get. It's one of the hardest things that they do as a conservation officer in training. And when the other officers come from other agencies, it's usually one of the more physically demanding classes they've ever taken.
I'm a sergeant with Fort Thomas Police in Campbell County, Kentucky. I've been a police officer for over 14 years and have taken about every tactical class since about 2003 is when I first came on SWAT. And I've taken all those classes, and I heard this was a tough class. When you're on land and you take a tough course and you get tired, you know, you can bend a knee or you can bend over and catch your breath. You know, here, if you stop, you sink. It's hands down the most physically challenging class that I've ever taken in 14 years of taking tactical classes and advanced tactical class. And it's a real gut buster.
It's designed to build confidence from the first day to the last day.
Actually, week long, you find out how far your body can be pushed, find your limits.
And so seeing where those limitations are and then knowing that you can go past those limitations physically and mentally, that was the toughest thing.
But the biggest thing that they teach, other than all the skills they learn, is what they're capable of themselves, because they come in with a limit in their mind of what they can do, and they can always do more than what they think they can, and they learn that here, that they can do more and push harder than they ever thought they could.
The only thing I had on my mind was do what I was trained to do. As long as you done what you were trained to do, you were going to come out on top.
Being able to complete the class and do all the techniques and be able to test out on the 4th day is quite an accomplishment.
So far, it's probably been one of the hardest and actually the greatest thing that I've accomplished so far into this process.
I'm going to throw down the gauntlet right now for all other law enforcement officers, tactical officers especially in the state of Kentucky, that if they want a challenge, they should definitely come down to Frankfort here, come over to Frankfort and take part in this class.
As far as an officer's situation, I would have no doubt of going into the water, need be, whatever the situation was.
We still have a lot of work to do, but we're proud of them.
Just take it one day at a time, sir. Try not to get ahead of yourself, and just pray that God blesses you with the skills and abilities to fulfill your job duties.